But okay, in my research for this, I found, like I was telling you before, I found that one of your nicknames was the
Yeah.
furia. First of, how do you pronounce that? But also,
Just La Furia.
la furia.
It's
What does that mean, and where did you get the name?
it just means the fury,
Yeah.
basically. And I got it from my coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like a purple belt back then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then yeah, he started calling me like that, and then just stick to me.
It's just the
Then
kind of start.
and then yeah, I keep it up to date now. Like I like up to now, like still.
What is it? Because I was wondering what it says about your style of fight.
Yeah, it's it means like I think when I it doesn't happen all the time
Mm.
when I'm, for instance, I'm training or sparring and I can be very chill.
Mm.
But then like I can switch and then
Mm.
just go for it. Especially when I play on top,
Mm.
I try to play kind of a speed
Mm.
using speed. Yeah, pretty much just like I can turn it
You
on.
use
I
touch
can try to
switches.
turn it. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, cool. That's so fascinating to me. So talk to me a little bit more about your kind of competition and like your style when it comes to competitions. How do you approach yourself? How do you approach competitions?
Competition is for me, it's more like a learning tool, really.
Mm. Mm.
Um, I think at least on the point that I am at the moment in BJJ, competition is not gonna take me anywhere
Mm.
anywhere else. If I was like very young,
Mm.
I would be competing like in a high level adult sort of level.
Mm.
Then I think it's different. But at my age, at the point that I am in my jiu-jitsu, it's like
Mm.
it's really more like a learning tool again. Like for me, seeing jiu-jitsu without competing, like the thing is understanding where I come from and in the sense of sports.
Mm.
I always did the sports competitive,
Mm-hmm.
a competitive manner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so for me, do any kind of sports without competing
Mm-hmm.
is kind of a bit weird. And jiu-jitsu in particular, like I start competing since white belt.
Mm.
Um, and I was at the beginning was just a challenge of seeing what of my jiu-jitsu was working on that different kind of environment. Now it's more like more than the competition itself. It helps a lot, but it's the process towards the competition. Those like 6 to 8 weeks that I'm just focusing my jiu-jitsu in sharpening the jiu-jitsu and
Mm.
kind of like fixing holes
Mm.
that I need to fix. That process is what I'm looking when I'm competing, more than the result itself or the competition. That's what I'm looking for. And I really like the competition aspect of it. Like,
Mm.
you go there, it's just you, the other person,
Mm.
nothing else matter,
Mm.
and be present
In
at
that
that
moment.
point.
Yeah.
Um, and how you kind of react to someone that you not necessarily know
Mm.
in their game.
Mm.
That at this point, I know a lot of them,
Mm.
people that I have compete, and we compete again against each other. But sometimes you came across with someone that I
Mm.
don't know this person much, even if you do a little bit of research,
Mm.
but you don't know exactly how it's going to react to your game.
Mm.
That's very interesting to me.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, like answering your question is like, I'm looking for the process of getting better and
Mm.
test my jiu-jitsu and keeping me sharp. If I don't compete, I don't train with the same intensity.
Mm.
I feel a bit lazy. I train and everything, but it's not the same mindset. Um, so for me, at least personally, to improve, I think it's competition is a big part of it. Like if I don't have the competition, it's like I feel like I get a little bit stagnant.
You mentioned that you kind of use it as a process to build up to that competition.
Yeah.
You know, so you kind of train in a certain type of way in order to kind of rival the competition with all the holes plugged. How has that changed from when you were, say, you were a white belt to where you are now? I can imagine it's probably changed a lot.
I changed. I mean, it has changed a lot, particularly because like up to the point that I had my own gym, I would just follow whatever my coach would tell me to do in order to prepare for the competition. And I would do my extra thing, like maybe strength and conditioning part and stuff like that. I would do it on my side. But jiu-jitsu wise, I would leave it to my coach. I would do my drills and everything for things like I would try to get better at it, but like in training, I wouldn't have the input. It would be my coach, and then I just would follow. Now it's different because as a coach, so that's the tricky part. Like kind of disconnect and try to prepare myself. But it's been myself now, the one that has to organize my own training and my own kind of like understand what I need to work on, and at the same time prepare the other ones to get ready as well. That's the tricky part. Sometimes when we have sessions, I cannot, especially sessions like involve a lot of a specific training, let's say, sometimes I cannot take part of it because I'm watching what's happening and maybe to point out mistakes or things that we can improve. Just watching, right? Everybody, how they are developing through the cycles that we do. So I don't have that. So I have to compensate in different ways. I think that's a big challenge as a coach when you want to compete. How are you gonna keep, preparing yourself to it without necessarily damage the training of everybody else?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I cannot be selfish and say like,
Exactly,
I'm just gonna train myself and I cannot do that. I don't feel like I can do that.
But I can imagine also you have that because you're still a competitor yourself.
Yeah, and it's still like I still have the feeling that I want to compete. I still feel it. But yeah, it's tricky sometimes to get ready. That's a big challenge. Like I have had competitions that I haven't been able to prepare as I wanted because I didn't manage to organize it the way that I needed. But I do the most when that happens. I do the most of it, and I still go compete, try to see what can I fix for the next time. It's constantly like trial and error, and then try to adjust.
All the time. As the one thing I have seen in research that you have won a lot of competitions and you've done this for a long time, like you were saying. At this point, do you view jiu-jitsu as like a sport? Do you view it as like obviously as a martial art, or do you kind of see it as like a way of life? It just is how you've kind of show up.
Like that's part of my jiu-jitsu is pretty much part of my life. It's like my entire day is around the gym, the classes, like running the gym, but it's all about jiu-jitsu. Like in a gym, I only have jiu-jitsu classes. I don't have I decided from the very early stage that I was gonna only do. The main reason I opened the gym was because I wanted to teach jiu-jitsu, and for me, from the personal side, it didn't make any sense to put anything else. For a business side, maybe, but like I didn't have massive space here to have other things. So I make it very clear, like I only want to focus on jiu-jitsu. It's gonna take a bit longer. So that's again, that's kind of part of myself, pretty much. I do it again, I still do it for this sport aspect of it. There is a lot of people, most people, I think they do it or they got into because of the self-defense aspect. Personally, I still don't do it because of that. There's a lot of things we do in training that I would never do in the street or in a self-defense situation. I know what I would be able to do, what I wouldn't be able to do, but I'm not training to do that. Like, I think, I'm not like I don't criticize that, but personally I don't do it like that. I just do it because I love the sport. I love the physicality and kind of like the fact like keeps me in shape, in good shape. And another thing that has is in the long term, if you look after your injuries and you're sensible, you are gonna have a more long. You're gonna be able to train for way longer than boxing or other fighting styles where you have a striking. Which one thing that I wouldn't ever try to mess is with the head. Right? In the long term, it's like the only thing that if you keep it sharp, it's gonna keep you here. Right?
Yeah, is your head. Yeah, absolutely. I think also you mentioned kind of like how your whole kind of life is around jiu-jitsu too. And even when I did it for a little bit, I realized that it changed the way I approached a lot of things, just eating or even going out.
And that's the thing. It did for me as well. In the early stages, what I told you, Fridays was training day. No,
and I'm socializing.
Because I realized like if we have trained when I was training only with my friend, we will train Thursdays and Saturdays. So if I go out on a Friday, Saturday would be like really I wouldn't be able to train properly.
Exactly.
And on Saturday I was too tired. But it would ruin my session, for a Saturday if I messed up on Friday.
I realized that too, and it was like just making sure that outside of the gym even I was actually behaving in the right way, like a jiu-jitsu practitioner would. Like running also, I like cardio because I realized cardio was important in those sessions, even though you can't stimulate the sparring cardio.
It's different.
It's different, but you can still kind of, when running does help a little bit, so that kind of helped. So a question I had for you was, when did you think that training jiu-jitsu at that early stage, how did that change you as a person outside of the gym? Like, and how you approach things, like you were saying, like socializing became more of a...
I would say that was the disrupting side probably for me. Like how, I started changing a little bit my lifestyle in that sense. Although again, I have been into sports like all the time. But like it got to the point like all my day is functioning around jiu-jitsu. Don't know if it has changed anything in terms of how I approach things. I don't know that though. I don't know. It's been too long. I would say.
Fair enough.
To kind of like telling you something. Because it's been pretty much 25 years training, even if it's been at times on and off at the beginning. But it's been ever since.
Well, I hope to get to 25 years. That's kind of the goal. So you're where a lot of us are trying to reach at, So hope I get.
But that thing is like, it's more like I don't see myself without it now. Whilst that's what happens when you start training, that's not part of you. Right? It's like you're just doing it as an extra activity or something. For me, it's like I literally wake up thinking about like something about jiu-jitsu related to
Jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Not necessarily technique, but like can be like preparing a class or something related to the gym, or I have to get ready because I have a private class. You know, it's literally
everything is
pretty
around
much
that.
24/7.
Yeah.
And and for a practitioner that is starting and or is not that committed, is different, right? You have other priorities, and but I guess that happens with anything, with anything else, right?
Yeah.
You get into something, and then that thing you put it as part of yourself.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been doing the podcast for a little bit, so like a year and a half or so, and it's been that way too. I think I think when you get serious about something, that's kind of what
you
happens.
Have to put your energy.
You have to put everything into it, and so everything I wake up, okay, thinking about it, and then if you leave it alone, it'll just stay still. So you yourself are thinking, how do I improve it? How do I do more? Well, what else haven't I done? What can I do more? And then it just becomes a thing where you can keep doing it. So I wanted to now talk about a little bit about your students and how, if a student will come to this gym, first off, how do you kind of integrate them into the group? What are some of the first things you teach them about jiu-jitsu in the gym? How do you get them started?